real close. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world. Watch real close. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Oh, we paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. Turn on, tune in, hear all I say. But watch real closely, enjoy your stay. You'll see me painting from up above. And if you like it, give it mad love. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world. Watch real close. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world. Watch real close. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. 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 We paint miniatures.
Good morning, it's Shoshie from Shoshie's Magnificent Miniatures. It is Monday, and hello, I want to say hi to Cosmo BC and Flickster and Shadowmancer New Zealand, or NZ, and Garlandathor, good morning. So my music is just a little bit loud for me. Give me 1 second here, I'm going to put this down. Ow. Oh, that's a little better. I'm not quite so blaring. It is Monday, yay! So I had an amazing weekend. I went up to St. Charles for, oh my gosh. It is Monday, my brain is not on yet. I went to Dragonfall Con in St. Charles, last Monday's stream. Well, you'll be able to catch for a while. Oh no, Cosmo, what's going on? Just saw that. I'm going to tell you guys all about this. Oh, Dragonfall was amazing. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I painted. I got to meet a couple of my, wow, my voice. I got to meet a couple of my Twitch followers. Taste Way is God and Poughkeepsies were there, and they took like all my classes, so that was exciting. Yeah, no, it's not Concord. Don't say that. Burp, burp, tweet, tweet. Hey, Rox Gal. It's good to see you. Yeah, no Concord. I think I just needed a drink of water or something. I haven't. Just woke up, like literally like a half hour ago, and I was like, So I was getting together for you guys. I'm gonna be finishing up. Here, let me switch. Let's see if my camera will let me switch. Well, wrong one. Switch. Give me a chance to switch to the cam. So this is Thyron. I'm going to be painting him today, and I finished mostly, except for painting. This guy is Adeptus Ron. I think he's Adeptus Ron. But this is, I just was realizing that Thyron is supposed to have like this gold armor, if that's kind of his thing. So I'm going to be switching all this gray. Aw. Thank you for the subscribes, Flickster. That's so nice. Take it back, definitely not. Alright, nice subscribers. It is October, that's right. Subscribers. If I can spell this morning. Yep. I apologize, I need some coffee. I always spell that wrong. I always add a C. I'm so sorry, Flickster. Oh, now that looks really bad. Oh my goodness. Oh, Monday. Flickstr. I'm so sorry. Aww. 4 months as an affiliate. Yeah. The road to partner will be clear. Yeah, I hope so. I have a cat hair in my eye this morning. I'm just waking up. Okay, let me show you some of the stuff that we painted. So we worked on realistic skin tones, which you guys know that I love to do. In my classes, we did. I used these models. They're from Cool Mini or Not, and they had a lot of skin. So I was like, all right, we'll use them. And I showed everybody how to paint in this style. And this was using P3s because it's a lot easier. And this was using flat colors. You can see there's a huge difference in the texture. These are a lot harder to blend, a lot harder to get more of a natural look. And then this gal is more of a mahogany. We didn't actually demo. I just demoed her. I just showed everybody how to paint her. We didn't actually do that. And yeah, you guys can. I'm so sorry, Flick. You knew you were gonna give me a hard time. Yeah, lots of skin. That's why I picked these, because that's what I had on hand. Then Kipsies and Taste Way is God. We painted this in our basics class, and because they were the only 2 people that signed up for my 11:30 in the morning basics class, they got like basically a bump up to intermediate. So this is not what my basic miniature looks like, but if you are like the only 2 people in my class, you get an advanced level up. So that was the wizard. He is Darius the Blue from Reaper Miniatures. He's sculpted by Bobby Jackson. Yeah. And then my last class was a class on display basing. In the class I just said it was about basing, but pretty much all of the techniques that we learned are applicable to any kinds of gaming bases. I basically put flock on this tree. I glued like little lichen to it. The stick, it's just a stick, and to make it look like some kind of palm tree type thing. Got another stick, piece of I think it's like a piece of root, and this is also lichen, and then more flock, This right here is emo or some kind of plastic polymer clay that has been rolled out with some texture on it. And I just kind of put that on there. And then I took some, what is it called? It was basically like a plaster type of, nice cat here. To kind of give it like a ledge. So it wasn't completely just straight flat out. A little bit of interest there. So I should do a lecture on this kind of stuff, lecture series. Well, that's what this is. No, it's not drywall compounded. It was called stucco paste, and it was one from the craft store. Yeah, definitely cat hair. So, I just taught those 3 classes, and I'll be teaching those probably again at Adepticon. So if you're coming to Adepticon, sign up for my classes when the registration opens. And yeah, so the people were very, very happy. Everybody got to take home like the mini, not the block, but they got to take home the mini. And for the wizard, they got to take home their wizard. And then for their base, they got to take home everything, because that was a little bit more of a cost. I charged $25 a person for these classes, and I think $25 for basically the chance to, you can ask me any questions about mini painting or display making or anything like that during my classes. Chance to have that one-on-one coaching with me, and be able to take this home. All the materials are supplied pretty much. The only thing I ask people to bring their own brushes to the painting classes. Oh, I was showing. Oh well. So, yep, there was another cat hair on my minis. Alright, let's get going. I'm ready to paint. These are commissions that I need to get done by the end of the week. So I'm hopefully excited about that, and hopefully excited about getting that done. So for Thyron, here is some brass balls. We're going to use some of that for his armor. I'm going to change his armor up so that he's got, basically, it's going to be all metal instead of gray, because that's kind of his story. I'll have to check with the client. I think everything else is going to stay the same. Gen Con events are usually 40-ish if materials are supplied, so 25 is really good. Oh wow, maybe I need to raise my prices. I did end up spending quite a lot on these classes. So yeah, maybe I need to just do an assessment. Gen Con is a little different though too. Some of these smaller cons, people aren't looking to pay that much. This was a very small con. So I wanted to, and also it was like really my first time teaching outside of Champaign, like in another city. So that was pretty, it's different when you've got a lot of people who know you. I mean, everybody kind of knew who I was from my channel, but it's not like I knew who they were, right? And so it's not exactly the same. You just don't know what it's like until, ooh, I love that color. That is pretty. There we go. Yeah, I think that Thyron needs to be more gold. We'll leave some of that gray if it ends up looking good as part of our shadowing. Probably the wrong brush to use as well, because this is a Bosna Kalinsky brush from Vienna. And I don't know if you can see this, but this tip is already rounded on me. It's a synthetic brush. It's not that good. In fact, I'm going to switch. I think I just grabbed it out of my container. Let's see. So one of the things, like I said, it was really, really neat meeting some of the people who have watched my Twitch channel. That was a big treat. Alright, I found a brush. That's not a good brush either. Where are my good brushes? I must have taken them to the con. I think they're all... Yeah, I think I did. That's not a good one. Alright, we'll try this. This is a number 2 1010 Kalinsky from Russia. It's called Rublov. These actually were really cheap, but they hold up pretty well. You know, look at that. It's not so bad. When tips around like that are challenges, you keep using them, except for precise work. Yeah. Should you just replace them as soon as they go around? You know what? You can actually use that kind of rounded tip sometimes to get into areas that might have been, you know, they're definitely worth keeping around. But yeah, I tend to not use them for painting. They just tend to affect my brush strokes. So if it's not bothering you, I think it's probably okay to keep. But you know, if it bugs you, then I would switch out and get a different brush. But yeah, that's gonna almost always happen with a synthetic. A regular Kalinsky, that's not gonna happen. See how I can feather that down a little bit, and then it looks like it's still metal, but it's got like a patina a little bit. There's a bunch of chips on the back here. I'm gonna end up fixing those as well. Got a lot to do on this guy, even though he's mostly done. So what have you guys been doing all weekend? It's my weekend. So I got to hang out with Sam Lenz, and if you have not seen him, he is on Instagram. He's also got a Facebook page, and he actually ended up winning the painting contest that I was ended up judging. He is a fantastic painter. A lot of times when I go to these conventions where he's at, I mean, he just sweeps a lot of the entries. He's such a good painter. He's a really good guy too. So we judged the painting contest. Like I said, Sam won. He won this like big, like homemade axe. Well, it wasn't homemade, but it was really kind of cool craftsmanship. But he won this big axe trophy. That was pretty amazing. And they also had a dragon trophy. Oh, I just like that so much. Brass balls is a really nice color, and it's just a very smooth metallic. Yeah, the Winsor Newtons are still sharp. It's just the cheap store brand that curled that. Yeah, that's what always happens. That's okay. Just note that those cheap art store ones, use those for like basing and putting super glue on, and use them for dry brushing, that kind of thing. Definitely don't use them for detail work, because they're gonna take maybe like one day. They can even curl up on you. Oh, I like him. He's so cool. I don't really know anything about the fluff of Thyron. So if anybody knows about him, let me know, because I've been painting Ret for a long time. Because it's funny, when you paint something, when you're a commission painter and you paint one thing, the people who see you paint that, they want you to paint more of it. So I get a lot of Ret players coming to me, because one of my first army commissions was Retribution, and he asked me to paint Mary Proctor's Tron theme. So that was what I did. I kind of borrowed her. I wrote to her and I said, is it okay if I use your Tron theme in this commission? And she was like, oh yeah, totally, just okay. And I said, I'll credit you, don't worry about that. He's from House Elaware. Ah, okay. Tell me more about that. Brought them into the Retribution. Oh, okay. That's cool. Sense. Oh wait, that's not supposed to be. Oh, that's supposed to be brown. so I also got to hang out with a guy named Jeffrey Harrison Bowden, I think that's his name. He is a Slayer sword winner. I don't know from what year, but he one of these days I'm gonna get him to teach me some non-metallic metal techniques. He's like the king of non-metallic metal, and so that was another person I got to hang out with this weekend. Grab your Forces book. Yay! I love it. Awesome. Love my Warmachine players. It's been a long time. I missed Warmachine weekend. Well, actually, no. Warmachine weekend is coming up. I'm going to be missing it because I'm going to Texas to go train with Julio Cabo in the beginning of November. So I'm really excited about that. He works for Scale 75, and I'm sure, like, he's won awards and stuff at some point. I don't really know a lot about a lot of the Spanish painters. I just know that some of them are some of the best quality. I mean, and Julio did a lot of the busts for Scale 75. So if you've seen any of the work that he's done on the busts, it's really nice. So I really am digging this gold with the gray. The gray is actually acting as a nice kind of shade color. Just the way you put it on just like as if you're highlighting. And then the rest sort of acts like a shade, like a patina almost. And I already can tell that I'm much more in favor of this than the gray on this guy, because he's supposed to be gold. Has anybody else done anything exciting this weekend? What else did I do? We got some chocolates at this chocolate shop. Don't remember the name of it though. But I had these things. They're kind of like pixies from Fannie Mae. They're basically like a turtle. Another word for them is turtles, where it's a crate, like a pecans and caramel, and then chocolate layered over that. It's looking sharp. I like that. So I want to just show you guys. Here's the model and how he's supposed to look. So we're gonna follow a lot of this, except for all the cloth is going to be this leather color, and all of the straps are also going to be a leather color. All of this is going to we're going to bronze it. We're going to use some of the deathless metal and stuff and shade it. You wonder which of the European countries is going to produce the next Fondover group. Yeah, it's a good question. I would be willing to bet still Spain. That's just my guess. Spain is up there with a lot of my favorite companies. You had your big paint day with friends yesterday. Helped your friend work on a big statue piece she has. Nice. Oh yeah, I agree. Shadowmancer. The French, the Polish, and the Spanish have all had their turns. So like Adepticon is coming up, and the past winner was Polish, but the past winners before that were often Spanish. I think Sergio Calvillo Rubio has been a winner, and I'm trying to think who won. Oh, also, you know what? Germans, Ben Kometz, Kirill Kanaev, he's Russian. Now they're painters. They're not making any of the, like you said, the Fondover miniatures, but they have a hand in helping make those Fondover miniatures look really good. The cats are acting really funny today. Bear, he was laying across Mike's keyboard, I think he was really trying to get some attention earlier. And then he was also going after this moss. I can't have any plants in the house because he will go after them. Here we go. Oh, I'm really happy with this gold. Yes. Just using brass balls, and that's it right now. That's the best paint name. That and there's one other paint name they just recently got called Mediocre. Meaty. Like M-E-A-T. Ochre. It's hilarious. Alright, I'm gonna get just need to check. Yeah, that's all gold, and it's gonna have turquoise lights instead of green because of how this client's army goes. Yeah. So I've got this one to finish, which he's pretty much done. I just need to base him and maybe do a little bit of edge highlighting. Not edge highlighting, but like, what do you call it? Dark lining. Oops. I need to pull something off there. Find my tweezers. I think I took them with me. Let's see. There, I got it off. You saw CK at ReaperCon with the Hobby Hangout shirt, and you saw, no, that was not me. That's the Liz Hunt. Oh, I think maybe my logo is on the back. But that might be it. But yeah, I'm not on the front. It's funny. Yeah, on the back. Yeah, they asked me if I wanted to put my logo on it, and I was like, sure, that's fine. It's really nice of them. So Falcon, you went to ReaperCon. How was it? Tell me about everything, because this is the first year since I started going that I missed it, and it was, it was definitely kind of a letdown for me because a lot of my friends are there, and I really love Dragonfall Con, and I definitely want to do Dragonfall Con again. But I told them, I said, you got to do it on a different weekend because I'm already going to go to ReaperCon again next year. So if you want me, you got to have it on a different day. So we'll see. Hey, Captain Healthio. Word, Whippoorwill Games. What is up? How are you? What was your weekend like? Think you got a new dog, or did you just have a new friend for your dog? I think that this turquoise is going to look pretty cool. I hope it doesn't end up just looking like a patina. I want it to look like the glow effect. But as you know, turquoise, bronze does look good with turquoise because it does oxidize sometimes with the copper coming out and making a blue patina. Bluish? Blue greenish. Oh, there's a big chip on the back of his head. Let's see if I can manage to fix that. There we go. Good, busy weekend renovating the house. A friend for the dog. Ah. So that's looking good. That actually does cover that chip pretty well. When you cover chips, just take a peek at it and make sure that you fill it in enough so that it doesn't look like like there was a chunk missing at one point. So my next convention is probably going to be Winter War, which is again a small convention in Champaign, Illinois, and I will be doing a booth where I will be teaching classes at the booth and teaching one-on-one lessons. So you can get in on a group lesson or you can get in on a one-on-one, and there will be different time slots that will be available for both. And so they're letting me set up in the dealer hall, and it's because the reason why I'm doing a booth, or table booth, is because for whatever reason, if you want to be in the catalog, they do not let you charge for your classes. And so, they said we want you to be able to, we respect your time, so here's another option. You can set up a booth, or you can just make your classes really low, and then I don't know. So I chose to have a booth because I don't think they were going to let me charge it all for the other classes. And it's good. It's awesome. I very much enjoy teaching, and teaching mini painting is probably the most fun thing to teach for me right now. Good morning, Proto Maker. How's your day going? Falcon Punch is trying to work on your non-metallic metal. I need to work on mine too. Did you take any classes from anybody teaching non-metallic metal at ReaperCon, Falcon? I'm really curious. Good morning. This was your first year. It was fun. Lots of people, lots of amazing artists doing their thing. I took some classes. Yeah, I mean, I've been 2 years to ReaperCon, and it is like a painting jam. It's amazing, and there are lots of artists. I think that's why I like it so much. Is there's probably more painting and more artists going on than just about any other con. Oh, you know what? I just found a mold line. Not cool. Let's see if I can get that off without damaging things too much. It's a little one. Dang mold lines. Luckily I had a file. Ow! I took my glasses off so I can fill that in a little bit easier. There we go. All gone now. Ooh. Yay. You got my glasses off thing. You need to pick up some cheap models. Jennifer Greenwald's, how did you like it? I don't think have I taken a class from her? I don't think I have. I want to know what she's like because I'm very particular about who I take classes from, and part of that's because I have a business. It's not just a hobby. I can't just throw money at classes. I don't know if they're going to be good or to my level. But if you think she's good, let me know, and maybe I'll take her class next time. There really are so many talented people at ReaperCon. You just throw a rock and you hit somebody that's talented. One of my closest friends, Michelle Blastenbride, Mini Painter Inc. She won Best of Show in the Reaper category. She won the Big Sophie for her Dragon Maldrakar. Was so proud of her. I don't think she's ever won a Best of Show. Or if she has, it's not been at something like ReaperCon. But she was so psyched. She definitely is. It's her time. Definitely it's her time. Something to be aware of if you're a painter. Sometimes it takes time to establish yourself as a painter, as a competition painter, and so you may not come away with, you know, loads of awards right away, but keep at it, and eventually people start to recognize your work. And I know it doesn't sound like it should matter, but people do. You do kind of, you know, there is a little bit of bias. A little bit. It was a good class. It was your first class she taught on that. Oh wow. It was good for my level, maybe not for you. But you know what, I don't have much non-metallic metal experience, so you know, I need a lower level class for that. And I need to go back and take some blending classes too. Because you know, it seems crazy, but I'm very lazy with my blending you know, I want to be a competition painter, but I'm not quite at the level that competition blending is. It's really, like, they get so picky. People can't help but be biased even when we try to be unbiased. I agree. Yeah, it is. It's really, really, really hard. There was so the pieces that we were judging for Dragonfall Con. There were two pieces that we were trying to pick for best of show, and they both were Sam Lens, which is funny. And one of them was a bloat drone, and one of them was a Space Marine. And for me, I did not like the bloat drone. I did not want to give it best in show because I did not like the model itself. The paint job was great, but I wanted to give the award to something that made me, like, more excited. You know, I wouldn't have felt right giving the award to the bloat drone, even if the other judges thought the bloat drone was better. And I just was like, no, I can't. I said the Space Marine looks better. And so, and there was another model that he had painted that they were arguing about a little bit, and the feet were not, you know, perfect, whatever. So I was like, no, I can't give it to that one either because the feet are all messed up, even though it was really nice. So it, you know, those little things like not liking the model, they come into play. They do. Not gonna miss all these little spots on this guy. He's got lots of little metal spots back here. Don't want to forget. I hope that this is the right color for this character, because I hate to have to go repaint him in a gray. I think he looks so cool as gold. Now I'm going to show you. Let's see. I've got some strong tone, and I'm going to go over him with a little bit of this. Took a weathering class using acrylics and pigments from Mr. Justin. That guy's a beast. Oh, I know. I think I took that weathering class also, Falcon. Now, in his class, did he just do show and tell, or did you guys get to paint something as well? Because the class that I took, it was just show and tell. He just showed us, and that's not my best learning style, so I really didn't get as much out of it as I'd hoped. But I told him that. I said, but he said that, you know, he can explain a lot more things by showing than he can if we're all painting along. So I get it, but at the same time, like, would I take that class again? Because, you know, it's a business, it's not a hobby. Oh, Fruity Scone. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you. Hopefully everything is well. Yeah, it does sound awesome. ReaperCon is really fun. I still think that Adepticon is my favorite con, but ReaperCon is like number 2. It's one of those that is always on my list, and the only reason it wasn't on my list this year is because we went to Germany and Austria, and I just couldn't afford both. So there we go. I fixed that. I just couldn't pass that up. This is going to be gold too. I got some hiccups. I think I missed somebody's talking. All hands on. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Falcon, because, you know, that's the one piece of feedback that I had for that class, was that it wasn't hands-on, and it went in one ear and out the other. Didn't matter if I took notes or took pictures. It's just not the same for me as working hands-on. I just don't retain it. And so I'm so glad to hear that he listened to that feedback and did hands-on. That's so good. I think at also at not ReaperCon, at Adepticon, he did that same class, the weathering class, and they gave him airbrush tools to use. So they were able to use the airbrush in that class. And then I think that probably made a big difference as well. So maybe, were you able to do that as well? Picking out all the little spots I've missed. Right. Got bases and paints and pigments. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So yeah, now I'm jealous. Sounds like you got a much better painting experience than I did. But yes, Mr. Justin, he is one of my favorite teachers, and I absolutely recommend, if you want to get into display painting, he's got a class that he teaches at Adepticon about, it's kind of about composition and about, you know, lighting and stuff. It's really about how to kind of up your game so that you can get into competition painting, and it's really fantastic. I'm just using the strong tone here and just painting in all the little recesses with it carefully. Try not to overuse it because it will look techniquey. Techniquey, is that a word? You will be able to tell it's like, oh, that, you know, that's what she used. Everything's fine. Hope you're coolio. What you painting? I'm painting Thyron. He is a Warcaster from Warmachine. He's a really cool one. He's from the... oh my gosh, he's from the faction that's called Retribution. And I believe they believe that, well, they kind of put themselves, I can't remember if they're anti-magic or if they like magic. I can't remember. Maybe you know Cosmo? Cosmo's got his book. Tell me. They believe that human mage is killing their gods. Oh. Okay, so no airbrush in Mr. Justin's class. Used acrylics and then used paints with alcohol, using alcohol, then using the pigments, and then using the alcohol as a fixer. Very cool. Yeah, I have a bunch of his pigments, and I like to use them. He's really a weathering master. He'll tell you everything you need to know about weathering. And it really does make a model, you know, look cool. So I'm not really sure if this is doing anything. Tell me if you think that this this is doing anything. It is. It's giving me some darks. I think an ink might be a little better though. Might have to dig out an ink. All this I'm making darker. Okay, let's see if I can repair the leather on this part back here with some bloodstone. Here we go. Bloodstone is one of my favorite leather colors. You will never know. How are you? This is a cool sculpt. It's I can't remember who sculpted it, but I think it was Ryan Dugas or oh my gosh, I can't remember his name now. I'm blanking. Hamilton. No, not Hamilton. Michael Hamilton? I can't remember the painter or the sculptor. He's gonna kick my butt. I think it might be Hamilton. So there is like a little ledge here, so we may need to go in and take a little bit more paint on that to make that come out a little bit better. I want to make sure there's no chips on the lovely sculpt before I send it off to its owner. Aw, thank you so much, Foodie Scone. What about shading with oils? Yeah, actually I have some. I think I might do that. That's a really good idea. I'm going to write that down. Anytime I use an idea from a audience member here, chat member, then you guys get points for being helpful students. Oh. Okay, here comes Bear on my table. Students. There we go. Can't spell today. Ooh. Fruity scone. Alright, let me see if I can find my oils. I might have taken them upstairs. Or I might have put them away. Hold on, let me go check. Alright, I found a couple of my oils. I also, no, that might not work. I found this pot of flesh wash, this old hex pot of flesh wash. I'm going to try using this first because it's almost gone and it might as well, because by the next time I open it, it might not even be good. But if you ever get a chance to get your hands on these, oh my gosh, yeah, let's see if I can reconstitute it at all. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's gonna reconstitute a little bit. So this is the old Citadel color flesh wash. If anybody has one and wants to give me one or sell me one, let me know, because I hoard those. Okay, check this out. Oh yeah. That is much better than an oil because it's gonna dry faster too. I just don't got time. Look at how pretty and brown that is. That in the creases. It goes good on the leather too. I'm gonna pick out all the little spots for it. That. Oh, nice. I wish they would sell this again. I know Scale 75's brown ink is actually really comparable, and I really like it. I think they even call it chestnut. I'm not sure. Chestnut apparently was amazing, but I never ever had a chance to try it. I just tried the flesh wash, so How is the chestnut different from the flesh wash? Why was it better? So something about the inks on these metallics, especially the metallics here. What it does is it kind of it puts like a smooth layer. It kind of changes the direction of the light. Ron Kersey explained it to me once, and I don't think I understood quite how it worked. Yes, it does give depth. Use secondary shade with those. Okay, so maybe I'll do another coat of oils on top after I finish the ink. There we go. It does add some depth. Now Cosmo, is Thyron supposed to be... Is he supposed to be weathered at all? Or is he supposed to be super shiny like C-3PO? Because I need to know. Because I'm really liking how this ink is looking on him. And I don't want to goof him up by being, you know, it being canonically? I don't know how to say that right. Canon. It's darker. And you felt it went with more things, and yeah, okay, so that makes sense. Probably was more of a sepia or more of a umber color. This is more of a sepia. But I really like this ink for skin. It's just the right. I mean, it's flesh wash. It's just the right color for flesh. How that looks, and put a little bit on the toes. And the sides of the boot. Thank you for the cheer, Fruity Scone. Have I ever tried AK Interactive Streaking Grime? No, it's hard to get. I need to get some. It's hard to get because I don't live in a town that sells a lot of hobby products, and I have not. There's so many different streaking grimes. There's a whole bunch of different kinds, and I can never figure out which one is going to be like the most useful. But I want to get it. I mean, they look really awesome. Go. Oh Lord, Piccolo Lord 89. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm gonna write your name down. Piccolo? Lolo? No, Piccolo Lord. That's right. Okay. _89. Welcome. We're painting Thyron. He is a Warmachine Warcaster. We're trying to get some little patina going on with this old Citadel color ink that is practically dried out. I don't know if I can add some water to this and reconstitute it to the point where I can, like, it's a real ink again. Maybe some alcohol, I don't know. Seems to be thinning down a little bit with water though, so that's making me happy. Oh, this needs to be aged in brown right here. Thyron's a cool dude. Oh yeah, let's do that. And then we can come back. And highlight it again. All of it, all of it. Do I paint from a lot of time? Stopped using ink or wash from a while. Where are you from, Piccolo Lord? I use this is sometimes I just use what works, you know, and this is an ink to just help me establish some of this color. I don't do different things depending on what happens. Your English is not very good. That's okay. I'm very, it's very friendly here, so you don't need to worry if your English is not good. It's okay. Okay. So I like this the best. Right here where it's like a little brown. It feels the most depth to me. And I'm gonna, so we had the oil, this is water mixable oil by Winsor Newton. And I'm going to switch brushes because I don't want to mix. Now this does mix with water. Let's see if I can get this open. And this is Prussian blue. So I'm just going to use a little bit of it on my palette. See if I can thin it out a little bit. Prussian blue is a really beautiful deep blue. If we mix a little bit of this ink, you can get this beautiful kind of greasy color. Good. Prussian blue and sepia is basically what that is. Did I lose my cap? Here it is. So I know you couldn't see that color real well, but there it is. See that Prussian blue and that sepia? So you'll be able to see that. I'm just gonna poke this into the, oh yeah, that really looks nice. Really like that, really deep and dark. I speak Español un poco. Und ein bisschen Deutsch. Ja. A little German and a little Spanish. And I know a tiny bit of Polish. But we have all people from all over in this channel, so you're still welcome. Alright, see how that blue looks so good against that warm gold? Really stands out and looks nice. And it runs into the recesses because it's an oil. Happy with that. I tend to use metallic metals, especially on Warmachine. That's sort of their thing, is they like the metallics. Good. He's definitely looking more, yeah, that's much better. I'm really feeling more filled out, a robot. There you go. And we will go back and highlight Hi, Lady Phoenix UK. How are you? See, that blue creates a lot of depth. I didn't use a lot of it, just a little. There. Okay, so that needs to dry. Let's move on to the sword part. And actually, let's go back to the... So this is an orangey color. I'm going to get out my Ember Orange. I think that's what I use. This needs to be shaken a lot. I think this is it. Yeah, that's Ember Orange. It doesn't look the same on the outside. So I'm going to use a little Ember Orange. Go ahead and highlight this leather here, back here. Need to make it smooth. And a little bit more of the there. If you layer the bloodstone over the top of it, it smooths out really nice. Gotta take my glasses off. See if I can find all the little mistakes. And then hit all those little highlights for a little contrast. Got another follower. Crix just subscribed. Awesome. Thank you so much, Penny Crix. How are you? Let's put him over here. Just subscribe with Twitch Prime. Morning. So, Piccolo Lord says, just interesting on buy an airbrush, but just for primer and base coat. Yeah, I that's what I do with my airbrushes right now. I've just only recently started painting with my airbrush. Makes a big difference though. It's really fun once you learn it. A little bit of highlighting on the armbands. There we go. We need to make sure to get that because that's one of the main colors of this scheme. Is that orange? Makes it stand out. There we go. All right. Not bad. You seem to catch me on days that you take off more than any other time. That's good. I'm gonna get a small brush now. I need a little one. Here's a little one. This is an Escada Zero Polinsky from Barcelona. And I'm going to use it to start layering up my glows on my turquoises. Wait, this is Arcane Blue and this is here's a better Arcane Blue. And I need some white. Right. Let's see if I can. Just can't obtain a really smooth effect if you really understand how to glaze with the standard brush. Yeah, it's true. Even if you're good with it. I agree. Well, and I just I like how the standard brush looks. I think there's when things are airbrushed, they tend to look airbrushed, and they lose that hand painted quality. Yep, I agree. Alright, so all of these little doodads are going to get a blue color here. They're going to be glowing. Doodads is a technical term I just made up right now. So all of this is going to be filled in with this lovely blue. And I see some more places where more gold needs to go as well, but that will come in a minute. That looks nice. And then there's these little, there's lots of doodads on this guy. Keep in mind, when I don't have my glasses on and I'm looking like this, I will be looking at chat in just a second. I want to be able to fill in everything first. There we go. There. I've got a very small brush in order to be able to get in between these little channels. It's okay to be just a little bit on the outside of them because it is kind of creating an OSL effect. Let me take a look at chat while I'm up. Yeah. You're loving the armor so far. What colors did I use? I used brass balls for the... Well, I started actually with gray coat gray. That was my base coat. And then we went up with brass balls. And then the leather is bloodstone highlighted with ember orange, which don't look at the color of this bottle. It looks way different on the inside, but it's highlighted with ember orange like that. I'm really not sure why it looks pink. It's weird. Looks like a pink color on the outside. And then we're using arcane blue now to fill in all the little glowing channels. So that's why I've got my glasses off again. And create little glows everywhere I can here. And it's also cleaning up some of the overspill from some of the broth. I've been hanging out with Flickster too much. There we go. Little tiny doodads and light channels. There we go. It looks pretty cool though. He's definitely looks like somebody who's, you know, impressive. I'm gonna have to clean all that up. After seeing this painting competition, I'm very much inspired to push myself beyond what I've done in the past. So let's see if I can take this up a notch. I'm gonna mix a little bit of silver with this bronze to make a brass highlight. Let's see if this looks okay. Maybe. Might be maybe just straight silver? We'll see. Yeah, that polishes it up really nice. Yeah. You just have to have the contrasts, that's all. Get a little bit more of that brass in there. Can't have light without the dark. You got to have both or it will look... There we go. Oh yeah. This is a commission, so you are seeing what I'm trying to do is my top level. I really want to push this to be my best. But I am taking a lot more time on it than you've seen me do on previous Twitch stuff. Because most of the time when I'm painting on Twitch, I'm just painting my own stuff. There we go. Let me look at chat. Ooh, I missed some. Yeah, he's a Warcaster. He's Thyron. Brass balls over gray. Yep. You're a rep player, so you pay attention to what little fiction you have. Has this person given you a gore shade as a commission? Did he give me a gore shade yet? I am not sure. I don't think so, but I did do that chick with the glowing skulls. She's like standing, I can't remember her name, but she commands an army of undead. She's like I want to say she's a mercenary that goes with Ret. I have painted that. Does Gorshade fight with Red as well? There we go. I really like that silver highlight on that. I'm gonna see if I can find my other paint. Hold on one second. Let me see. Because I use Quicksilver. Don't see it. No. I reorganized all my paints, and that's when I lose everything. Try to find it. Put everything away. Oh, I think I know where it is. Oh, I see it. I left it on Mike's table. Yay. Okay. Cow. So, it was a weird story. He went to kill the last two gods in Los, and then Skryra decided, or Skyra, never pronounce it, Skyra decided to return him to life. Oh, okay. Nice. Here's my favorite silver. It's Vallejo Game Air silver. It's look at that. I mean, it's just like liquid silver. It's way more silver than the silver that I've been using. I'm gonna mix a little bit of my brass balls with it and see what happens. If I can make a higher pigmented silver here. Yeah, that's not bad. It's just a little, maybe it's a little too silver. Mix a little bit of more brass balls with it then. Yeah. Go back and put some silver in some spots if you need it. Hey, look at that. Oh my goodness, I love that. It needs it. It needs that tiny bit. I'm gonna put some more brass on there. I can blend it out. Here we go. Much better. We don't want a sharp line, and we can always add some more that brown on top of it if I need it. That looks nice. Definitely looking more like a robot. Yeah. Hey Gaz Grub. Hey, can I give a spin to the mini? Sure. I'm not done doing anything on this side though. This is the only side that I've been adding highlights to. It's pretty cool though. Spin it in front of the camera. And you can see that it won't autofocus on me. Let's try to put a little bit of highlight back up here. And then a little bit of that silver. See that tiny bit of silver just shines it up. Crazy. Needed it though. Gotta put the gold down first. Now, over here. And then if it's too bright, go back over it with a little gold again. Because you want it to read as shiny gold, not as silver. So the highlights are very small. It's kind of like when you add white to something. This is your white. A small amount. Make it really shiny looking. That. Boom! You always loved P3 Bloodstone, but you could never get the highlights to look good. Yeah, Ember Orange is a good highlight for Bloodstone. A little bit down here. First with the gold. Now this is going to look real shiny because of that dark crease right there. Dark next to light always looks nice. See how much shinier that looks like that because it's right by the dark. Little highlights make such a difference. Little bitty ones, little bitty ones. So this whole half of it is looking really good. You can see the difference. He's like, shiny! Have I tried Vallejo Metal Color? Yes. Gambler, this is Vallejo. Well, no, not sorry. This isn't Vallejo Metal Color. This is the Air Game Air. I have tried it, but I'm really lazy and I don't like having to use separate brushes and separate, everything because it is, you can't mix it with waters and such. Although I do like the effect. Check the webpage. Whisper it to me, Fruity Scone. You'll have to send it to me, or send it to Cosmo BC. Actually, he and Flickster are my mods right now. Let's see. Here we're gonna go with another. This is sort of like edge highlighting right here. Getting the edge anyway. Either is fine, absolutely. Sometimes Flick's working and he will let me know. He's busy usually. Speaking of work, you said you went on an anniversary trip, Flick? How did that go? Where did you go? It's nice that you've been able to travel a bunch recently. Lurk modding, best modding, yeah. Definitely. I lurk mod. I feel like I can do a lot more sometimes when I lurk mod. Don't realize I'm there and I'm like, stealth mod. So you guys can see just these tiny little highlights on this metal are making major difference for him. We're not done with all the little turquoise either. I still need to go back and work on that. Actually, I'm going to do that before I forget. And I will clean up any silver that I get everywhere. There we go. Do we have any other Warmachine players in the house? Anybody else who has played it in the past? I know that some people have been getting out of it recently, and some people have been finding the new factions to be really fun, and that's giving them new life for it too. Like, it's kind of a mixed bag right now. Here we go. Oh, there's so many little doohickeys on these guys. But it's very meditative, I would say, to be filling all these in. When I work on red, I really like to work on just one at a time and take my time. They are kind of a nondescript army. They don't have a lot of details like some of the models do. Oh, see, they messed up. We can just, while it's wet, take the brush or take your finger and just wipe it off the top of the channel. See, now I'm going to repaint this little guy in that channel. Let's check chat. Find my glasses. I'm hoping that I get this done by the end. How to play? Wait, I'm going to go back to... Victor says, only local, but we went to London NFL games. You watched your Cardinals get a shut out hard by the Rams. Aww. London NFL, that sounds like a blast. We went to the London Hilton Scion for a night of luxury. Had a good time. Aw, that's so nice. Don't ever quit that. You know, I want, when your daughter is like 15, I want you to still be going on those trips. Pi Roldor says, you kind of play, you don't right now as you're not in the right town you used to be. Yeah, it makes it, you have to have a scene. I know our scene kind of shut down at one point. It's back up, but I haven't gotten back into it since it did, and it's funny how much, you know, the scene makes a difference. They're very smooth. I think it's supposed to look futuristic. Yeah, they are smooth. I really do like the white look. It's a really unique painting scheme. I believe that Matt DiPietro came up with it. There we go. Oh, so nice. Well, Thyron is a cool character. He looks both like old and new at the same time. Okay, so these got these little dudes back here too. I'm definitely, you know, when I come back from a convention, my painting eye is adjusted and I become a lot more self-critical, which is both good and bad, because you should always be trying to push yourself, but at the same time, you guys have seen me, it's like finished, not perfect, finished, not perfect. But I want to be pushing myself at the same time. I don't want to get satisfied. I don't want to be satisfied with my painting to the point where I don't continue to grow. And it's always good to go see other people work. Even beginners can get you juiced to paint. It's just kind of an energy that I get into when I go to these cons. There's another little, is that a, it might not be a thing. Yeah, that is a thing. I don't know why it's on that side. And I just found some more blemishes. Blemishes? Back on the back of his head, I didn't paint any of it. And that actually makes a difference. Alright, highlights again. With a little silver. Ooh, so nice. Just a tiny amount. Make it pop. And you're going to put it on the edges that it's close to being dark, right? See how that really shines? It looks really shiny now. You kind of pick out the bits that have natural highlights already, and you just paint it on. Like that, see? And it's definitely not flat. Like that. Oh, let's see. Malleus is now hosting. Welcome. Hey guys. Hey everybody from Malleus's channel. Welcome. I just got a new alert, by the way, and I'm gonna be putting it on real soon. I think it's gonna be my subscriber alert. But hey everybody, a little raid from Malleus. Sniper Bob, Nikki Coles, Bomber. Awesome. Before everybody spams the chat, I'm gonna read Cosmo's thing. He says, always wanted to do better, but you want to finish everything, so it's a constant war between what's good enough and wanting to spend multiple sessions painting on the same model. I know, right? Exactly. Hey, Captain Helpio, thank you so much for the host. I appreciate it. So we're working on we're working on Thyron. He is from Warmachine. He's a Warcaster from Retribution. And it's got lots of little glowing bits that we're trying to paint in here. First with the turquoise, and then we'll lighten that up a lot. Ooh, there's a mess up. There we go. We'll lighten it up with white and some other colors also. So, how have you been, Malleus? Are you still with us? Yeah, be happy but never satisfied. I like that. Thank you for the cheer, Fruity Scone. Oh, good. Let me see. Whisper me. Okay, you whispered to Cosmo. Good. That's good. So we've almost got all of this filled in. I want to attempt to paint. Let's see. I'm going to use my Prussian blue and my brown ink together. This is the oil color, water mixable oil color. I'm going to mix it with my brown ink to make. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try a little burnt umber. This is Model Air. It's real thin, so maybe it'll look better. Because Model Air is too much. It's an acrylic. It might react differently than the ink with my Prussian blue. It seems to be, it makes a really beautiful dark, like a Payne's gray color. Here's the color it makes. It's like this beautiful color. Yeah, Fruity Scone watercolors. Let's see. We can go ahead and post that. I'm not sponsored by watercolors. I don't use watercolors, so I don't know. C-O-L. I missed something. Who knows what I missed? Janae just subscribed. Thank you so much. Write your name down, Janae. RENAE77. I lost my train of thought. It's Monday morning. That's why I lost my train of thought. Oh, about this gray, I wanted to show you. So if I paint this onto the sword, gives you some nice depth. Hopefully. I'm guessing that since this is all back here, there's not going to be as much light hitting it. So that goes into those channels really nice. And we can put another bit. Thank you so much again, Janae, for the subscription. I really appreciate it. Yay, cat hair. 3 months in a row, too. That's really awesome. And if you guys have not seen Janae, sometimes he streams, sometimes he doesn't. Okay, I gotta figure out how to say this. Chanthacorn is just following. Thank you so much for following. New followers. I hope I pronounced your name right. K-O-R-N. It's kind of like a mix between Chanticleer from the Book of the Dun Cow and The Last Unicorn, Chanthacorn. That's my literary nerd right there. I don't read as much as I used to though. Okay, so I took some of that brown blue and we're using it to shade. I'm not very good at shading swords, so I'm gonna just add that color in and hope that it looks good. We're gonna add some more up here. That actually looks nice. A little bit more water in it. There we go. So it was funny when I was talking to Tasteway is God at the con. I asked him. I said, "So what was it that kind of drew you to my chat?" And one of the things he said is that my stream is relaxing and it's chill and it's like kind of like the Bob Ross. And I thought that was so funny because when I used to stream on Facebook, people kind of said that about me too. It was like it was relaxing. And I'm glad. I hope I don't put people to sleep though. That would be sad. I don't wanna put people out at work, especially if they're watching me at work. Alright, all of this I'm edging with that dark color because I want to make sure to have clear delineation between the metal and the cloth. You're sleeping. Oh, I almost forgot to put on Warcolors. Warcolors.com. Is it with an S? There we go. Hopefully that worked. You wake up and you say what? Well, everybody can get their beauty sleep in here. You guys. So funny. Alright, back here I'm going to go ahead and highlight because I see that's super dark. And I want more bright tones. Especially close to some of that dark. It's going to look better. So all of this up here that is going to get hit by sunlight is going to get it. Yeah, nice that looks. Boom, boom. Ooh, that looks good. Much better. Much shinier. And then now a little silver. And again, the silver is small. Wait, that's too much. Little bits of it make it look ultra shiny. Shiny! Uh-oh, do you see that? Clear that up. Adding a little phthalo blue to his happy little sword. Yes. Well, it's not phthalo, it's Prussian. Prussian blue. Phthalo is more green, I would say. But yes, that is totally Bob Rossi sounding, isn't it? It's so funny. But I don't mind. That is okay by me. Let me take my glasses off. Put some more silver up here. Okay. So when I look at it up close, I can see all my lack of blending mistakes here. I'm like, oh, that looks really sharp and needs more blending. It looks great from far away, but it needs to look great from close up also. Like I said, this is commission level, so this is a lot higher level than you guys have seen me do on my stream. I'm gonna be pickier because commissions go to somebody else, not me. And I want to make sure they're happy. Happy. There we go. More gold. My brush is starting to split on me a little bit. I'm not sure if that's because it's just dry or if it's old, or both. There we go. More smoothing a little bit. And I said before, it's okay if it bleeds over a little bit, this turquoise, because it is like an OSL effect, so it's gonna shine. But I want to pull out as much of this gold as I can. Make it look nice and crisp. Alright, I think I'm ready for the OSL part. Which means I need a white. And I have this white, which is Mara white. And I also, somewhere I have my Schmanky white, but I think put it aside. I'll just use the Mara white today. And I'm going to make a mix. And put more white on. Bob Ross did use Phthalo Blue. That's awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Cosmo. We're colors, not the American way. Sorry about that. Yeah, because they are a British company. Yeah, everybody else uses OURS, and America's still stuck with our own spellings, which we probably won't change. So that's okay. All right, so you guys, I'm making a little spread from light to dark. And I'm gonna layer up with it. Hopefully gradually. And just take from my palette the next step of the color. So that the final color will be white. Ooh, that's pretty. See this? Put a little bit of white in the middle. Bing! See how that looks glowy now? Same thing here. And the next color is smaller. And the next color is white. Bing! Glow. Now this is the trickier part, is down in the channels it's harder. So you just pick a direction. Right here, like right here. And make a little white in that end. I don't know if I can do it. Let me try it again. There. And then pull it. Pull it into the channel. And then you can back and forth with it a little bit darker. There you go. That's better. This is going to have a little bit of a ding. You can hear me do my sound effects. Mix color. And then the final color, white. It's getting all pretty. Let's see if we can do this over here. Like an earmuff. Next color. They're almost like gems. You guys like that? You applaud the level of commitment to a country, including your rejection of the metric system. Yeah, it's so weird though, isn't it? Flamethrower people in white armor. Yes, exactly, Panache. That's exactly what these guys are. But we're doing a different color scheme because my client likes to have this gray and turquoise and brown scheme, and so Thyron, of course, is still gonna be metal, but he's gonna have his little turquoise things. And yep, it's the space elves of Warmachine. It is not Menoth, it is Retribution. Menoth are the flamethrowers, so this would be, what are these guys? These are magic? Are they magic or they hate magic? I can never remember. I know Cosmo just told me also, and I already forgot. So I'm going to try to layer up these little glowing spheres. Bing. Ready. And then instead of having the whole channel be turquoise, I'm going to pick the ends of it to be brighter. Right? So we'll have it gradually get brighter and brighter till we get to the end, and it's going to be almost white. Like that. Fill it in. Go. And then last is the white. Bing. It's definitely having that kind of glowing effect now. And he's got gems on his knees, which need to be repainted because they're... There we go. I lost that whole color. Got chipped off somehow. He's starting to look neat. Right. It helps if the gem things are dry when you're layering, but it doesn't. It's not necessary. All right. Next color. And last color, white. Let's see if it'll show up. Not too much. It's kind of in the corner there. Alright, let's try this again. Trying to make the top a little bit lighter than the bottom. And then the final white. Bing. And the final white. Now, sometimes I'll go backwards and I'll put the white in first, and then I'll layer back with the darker and darker turquoise. I don't think that's as successful. I can't quite tell. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I need to put my glasses on. Oh, I need to catch up on chat. Center, you're talking about the English language again. Centra. I have Australian friends, and so I keep an Australian keyboard on my phone. And so it's funny because most of the time I actually I've gotten really accustomed to using the proper English spellings, because my keyboard automatically will correct it for me. But it's better than getting yelled at by Australians for using the wrong spelling. Clueless, thank you so much for following. Let me write that down. EOOLIS. Welcome. Painting Thyron. But because of tradition. Oh, economy of writing. Because of freedom. Hey, Max Payne. Bonjour. My French is terrible, so I apologize if I mispronounce that. So let's see, same thing, I'm trying to do a little layering here. You know what I just realized? This whole channel up here is not even painted in. And let's go ahead and end that with a little white, so that'll be the brightest point. Yeah, it looks better when it's got that on there. Try to put the layer here too. And next color. And the last color, white. Very nice. See if I can do it in here without going blind. A little bit of white. Ooh, that's nice. So you can see as I'm beginning to fill in all of the little glowing spots, he's starting to light up. He's a very glowy robot man. Robot man, is he a man? He's an elf. I think he's an elf. Got another follower. Glasses on. Marneus 93. Thank you so much for the follow. I know I didn't pronounce that right, but I try. Elves are European. That's true. That is very true. Thyron is a massive elf. Okay, Gorshid is the only other elf that big. Oh, I didn't realize that. Absolutely. Blue Ivy is, I think that's how I say, I'm not sure how I say your name. Blue Ivy. Oh, thank you so much, Danae. Wow. Also, Danae, you need to come and have your 1 hour by now it's an hour, but anybody who subscribes like Danae just did. Lots of hype for Danae, by the way. Danae77. Anybody who subscribes to me for $24.99 gets a half an hour of one-on-one coaching as part of their subscription with me. It's not something through Twitch. It's just something that I'm offering to my high-level subscribers like that, because that's just a way of me giving something extra back. And I've actually had a lot of fun doing those coachings. I did a coaching with Weird Brush, and we just did one with Nick Claxton. I did one. There's a little bit of juggling around with time zones, but other than that, it's a lot of fun. We figure out a color scheme for him for his next project, Nick Claxton. He was pretty stoked. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and layer there's little spheres in here. I need to take my glasses off again. I can make sure to get this right and I don't have to go back over it again. There's a bunch. Now here's the white. Okay, and you see how the white is the smallest? That's how you get that glow effect. It's like, it's funny because when we were at Dragonfall this weekend, Sam Lenz described it as, imagine when you're layering, it's like shingles on a roof. You're making them smaller and smaller as you get higher and higher. So that made a lot of sense to me, so I told him, I said, I'm going to steal that and use that analogy. And he said, go for it. He's starting to look very glowy and shiny. I think I need a little bit more white right there. See? Makes a difference. Alright, let me put my glasses on and take a look. Oh, he's starting to look good. I think I need to work on the sword a little bit because it's not shiny in all the spots I want it to be. So this is the highest metal, so I need to put that there so that this other part looks dark. See that? Now that looks darker. I find swords difficult, and that's mainly because I haven't figured out exactly how it refracts on the swords, but I'm still working on it. So again, this needs to be dark, this can be light. I think, like, I know in my brain how to do it, but it doesn't, I don't know if I'm doing it right. Here we go. With all the shiny bit up there. It's better. It's better than it was. There we go. One of the things I meant to do while I was at Dragonfall was like get Sam and Jeff to show me how to do swords, and then I didn't get a chance. Thank you so much. Yeah, when the glasses come off, the music should go hardcore. I agree, that would be fun. We should maybe make an alert for something like that, so that way when the glasses come off it gets all like, you know. That would be fun. Alright, I'm using a little bit of the oil color again with a little bit of brown mixed in. Van Dyke Brown. I love that guy. I don't know where he was from. I don't think he was from Germany. Belgium, maybe. Did you know that Bob Ross was actually inspired by the Van Dyke Brown guy? That was his favorite painter. I'm gonna go in here and get each one of these little crevices. Paint over the spots that I messed up. And I'm seeing all my little mistakes, all my little spots where there's delineation needs to be made. And I need more blue. So, what are the people's plans for the last bit of October? Does anybody have any Halloween plans? Does anybody know what they're going as? I'm going as a drag king, and my drag name is Daring Bastard. Like, it's almost like Darren, but daring. And I got this cool wig. In fact, if you're interested, I might consider doing drag for one of my streams. If you guys are interested, I could be total bro flake. I know. Oh, Fallen Ultramarine, thank you so much for following. Ultramarine. You would like that? I think it would be fun. I have, like I said, I have a wig and everything. I've got a, like, well, I don't want to tell you. I think it would just be funny to see me in drag. I won't tell you all the surprises yet. You're gonna have to show up. See what I do for Halloween. I'm really curious to see what other streamers are doing too. Flick, are you gonna be dressing up for Halloween? I know you are. You're like the king of cosplay. He might be getting ready for his stream right now, actually. Okay. Hopefully I got enough. There we go, that's it. I feel like that needed to be lots darker because he's got shadows where his hands are. Much better. All right. And I want to get some of these last little light effects going before we head out. It looks like we're going to be looking for someone to stream here in the next couple minutes. Someone to pass the torch to. See that last little light. So many of them too. All right, guys, there's Thyron, mostly done. I'll be basing him and finishing him up today, and then I'll be posting him hopefully at the end of the day on my page, Shoshie's Minis at facebook.com. Let's see, where's something I can use to prop him up with? How's that? There we go. Thank you. Alright, let's see who's up and about who I can stream and host to. I make you want to play Warmachine. That's great. Let's see. Yep, Flickster is still in his countdown, so I'm gonna keep going for just a little bit more. Maybe he's live. Nope, he's not quite live yet. I'll just keep going because I do want to get some more of these little bits and bobs painted. We'll just hang out for him. Get as many of these little lights done before I finish. I just realized he's got some on his feet that I missed. And right there. Same thing on this side too. Yeah. Bit more. And a little bit here too. See, and we can paint down this way. Oh, that's my song. It's definitely time to host now. Thank you guys so much. I will be back with Mike on Wednesday night from 7 to 9 is what our time is on Wednesday. So I'm going to switch over here so you guys will get to watch some Flickster in a minute. Oh, wrong one. Haha. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Alright guys, thank you so much. You have a great day. I'm going to host Flickster. Bye guys.